Welcome to renttv microphone therapy. And today, I was deep in thought. For some reason, a lot of my deep thoughts come when I'm in the shower. I don't know, maybe I'm the only one. And I was just thinking about there was a whole bunch of domino effect of thoughts that led me to this epiphany. But eventually led me to the Adam and Eve story. And why that story is so known, regardless of what religion or spirituality you're into. That story just seems to I won't say stick out, but it is popular. And usually it always starts somewhere in the beginning of things. The Adam and Eve and the snake, or what will represent those three figures in the story. And I just thought about it. And the deeper I got in thought, I came to this understanding. And I'm not saying it's the ultimate understanding. I'm just saying it's an understanding I came to. It's like the snake, right? I always thought the snake was the most important thing in the story. And I understand it doesn't necessarily mean an actual snake. It's just a snake, And I realized that story is not it's not necessarily restricted to a relationship that we think. It could mean any relationship, as far as it could be brother and sister. It could be you and your parents and children and a child and their parent. It could mean a friend. It could mean between two friends. It's just how solid is your relationship with somebody where it cannot be manipulated by any physical, spiritual, or anything, when one of those two individuals, or you get what I'm saying, are alone. It's like a measurement of trust, where it's like how much or how long does our trust go? Because the thing is, trust usually is measured more when the other person, or whatever that trust, binding, the trust that binds you and whatever that is, when it's not there and it's just you alone present, that's when that trust is usually measured the most. So I feel like that's what that story is about more than anything. Where how much does that relationship mean to you? How much does it weigh to you when that other person is not there? Where it doesn't matter if it's spiritual entities, if it's another person, if it's physical, if it's mental, whatever it is. How strong is that relationship? How strong is that bond? That could be with you and your parents. It could be with you and a friend. It doesn't matter what. It could be with you and your child. where that relationship, how strong is it? That bond, how strong is it? Where nothing can manipulate it. Because it's not necessarily you that's being manipulated. It's that relationship that's being manipulated. That bond that's being manipulated. So that's the test. That's what that story is really about. Like I realize. And that tells you a lot about you, the other person, and that relationship. Desires. And that's what I mean. It's not necessarily physical. Sometimes it's just desires, feelings, emotions. Where it's like, you count on that. You count on that bond. You count on that connection to be strong enough where, regardless of what tries to come in between that, and that's what the snake represents. Try to manipulate that. Where it's just like, you count on. And it's not just words that you count on. A lot of times it's experience. Because words are just words. It's experience with that person. It's things you've seen in the physical. Because a lot of times people might not really believe all the way in things. They need like physical affirmation. They need to see it to know a lot of times. Where nothing can break that. Where it's like, regardless, to the point where even if you're not there and I might be telling you something, regardless of what you heard, regardless of what it is, you can count on the fact that even if there's other things countering what that person is saying, you could count on the fact that, oh, I've had certain experiences where I can count on the fact that I can trust in this. Where it doesn't matter what you hear, it doesn't matter what, again, what the snake represent. And it might not be something or someone that's necessarily a snake. It's just what they represent in the story, what the story represents, what the story is trying to tell you. It's like, nah, I could count on the fact that I know this, I know that I've experienced this, where it's like, okay, even if I'm not there to see it, even if someone else who was there to see it is saying this, I can count on the fact that this relationship I have with this person and what I know about this person, I could count on that more than, even though you saying you were there, and I know for a fact you were there, I could count on that more than what you saying. That's what the snake represents. And that's the basis of every relationship, really. And I realize that's why that story is always somewhere in the start, and it's so popular. Because it applies to everything. All your relationships. It's like, when that's broken, nothing hurts like that. And when that's solidified, nothing feels better than that. That's why that story is what it is, bro. Like, I realized that. It's crazy. And when someone that you feel like you have that with goes against that, bro, nothing hurts more than that, bro. It's the same. It's parallel to what I was just saying earlier. How nothing feels better, but it's the same way how nothing hurts more than that at the same time. That's the Adam and Eve story. It's not a man and a woman thing as far as, oh, Eve was a woman and she did that to a man. So women are no. All that I don't even want to say what I want to say because of the world we live in, where, bro, it's not even that deep. But no Diddy though. You see what I'm saying? But it's not even about all that, bro. I'm probably gonna cut that out because then that's just gonna take away from what I'm really trying to say. That's the basis of that story. And it's deep. Everybody can relate to it. Everybody's been in that. Everybody has been there. We can go deeper, but we're going to stop right there. Because we have a lot of time to build on all these stuff.